What's up, everybody? So today we got a video on my prediction for the 9.2 healers in PvP. Okay, so at this time of making this video, the patch has not come out, or the patch came out, but the season hasn't started yet. And I had a pretty decent amount of experience playing every healer except Mistweaver on the PTR, and I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on how I think they're going to perform, as well as how much fun are they to actually play, because that's very important. All right, so let's get right into it. Things may change, obviously, things may tune, but at this point in time, I'm gonna go with what we got. All right. Okay, so first up, we got Discipline Priest. Discipline Priest, the damage healer. I really enjoy this priest. The mechanics of it, everything feels actually really good. The only thing I don't like about it is, obviously, this priest is still relying on Radiance. I think it's such a stupid design that you have an instant AoE heal that is like your main source of like oh shit button kind of thing, and it just drains the crap out of your mana. But that's just what it is when the game is as fast paced as it is. Okay, so if I were putting this as a scale of what's fun, I would be putting this shit as an S tier. I think Discipline's really fun. The only thing it's missing is a stun. Otherwise, it would be the perfect class, right? So I have a lot of fun playing it. But I'm gonna actually put it at like a high B tier, I think. I think there's other healers that are just gonna be a little bit better, and I'm gonna keep it there. So to be honest, in my opinion, if you're playing on the PTR, Discipline Priest does not feel good until you get your tier set. Once you get your tier set, you get like those big penances. You can combine that with the pendant one legendary. You can run, I forget the talent that increases your smite damage. I forgot the name of it. You can run Inner Flames. You can run even Dark Arc and Schism, and literally get absolutely huge penances off. Like I'm talking about 10k per tick, and you're getting 6 bolts off if you get all the procs lined up, right? So it can be pretty insane. And for healing wise, it's like an auto top every time you do it. It does feel a little clunky that you do have to press Radiance first, so like pre-Radiance to go, which is kind of weird. But I think it's a really fun idea. The penance, I'm definitely going to be playing it a little bit once we get the tier set. I'm probably going to be like AFK gearing it until that point, but I think it's a really fun spec to play. And if you do enjoy this, stick with it. You're going to have a lot of fun once the tier set comes out, but I think it's going to be underperformed by some other classes. Okay, next up we got Holy Paladin. So when I talk about Holy Paladin, I want to show you guys this video, just because it's going to give you a good perspective here. So Holy Paladin, right? So they got nerfed, like, and then their damage was substantially nerfed, which was like a big deal for me, because I loved playing Necro Paladin just for the damage, and that's what I thought the best part about it was. But they ended up getting a last minute 6% buff on their overall healing, and the thing with Holy Paladin, right? So don't do that much damage anymore. You can see here, like during wings, I should be cranking. I'm hitting AoE attacks and whatnot, but so that's like a big flaw for me. But the healing is interesting. So it's overhealing. It is these Lighted Dawns. You run the Necrolord Covenant with the Shadowbreaker legendary, and you get your tier set, which is all Lighted Dawn based. Your wogs that proc Lighted Dawns off of your Vent Camera proc are ridiculous. Like one cast can do 150k sometimes. Like you're gonna see here. So I'm gonna get one right here. So I get a proc, right, boom, boom, just tops everyone up. And then if you can get consecutives of these, I've had like, if you get crits, you can top your entire team in one button. I think I get another one here. Pop, pop. It's just like, it's overhealing. With that said, side of wings, it still feels a little because you have the toss-up. Do you play Necro, where you're kind of playing a build? Look at that. Like, when you're playing a build that's more focused on just getting Light of Dawns and keeping wings up, because Necro without wings feels kind of garbanzo beans, I'm not gonna lie. That's where Kieran would kind of come into a little bit better of a play. But when you do have wings up, it could be awesome, and you could really crank out some huge heals. But don't forget, it's Light of Dawn if you're playing a melee comp, or if you're playing a caster comp, it's even harder. But if you're playing melee comp, you gotta be in range. It does have a 40-yard range with the legendary, but you gotta make sure you're lining up your Light of Dawns and make sure they're actually hitting on the procs. Otherwise, you're kind of a waste, right? So if I were to rate this Holy Paladin for a fun tier, I think I would put it on like I want to say fun wise, I would think it's like I think it's an A. It is kind of cool getting all the procs. as a performance-wise, I think I'm gonna put it on the same level as Discipline Priest. Maybe a little bit, I bet. Just because the healing is really, really overhealing. So I think it's going to be pretty good. I mean, maybe I'm wrong with this. I know some people are saying with those buffs, Paladin's like insane, and it's going to be one of the best healers, but maybe I will put it as a low A tier. Maybe I'll put a low A tier. Okay, we'll do that. Because the healing is really high, I'm not going to lie. But I think as overall toolkit, we'll see. We'll see. I think I'm going to keep it as an A tier, though. All right, so Holy Priest. Holy Priest. I think it's just going to be an S tier just because of the fact that the comps it could play. It could play with Rogue Mage. It could play with everything in 2s, Survival Hunters, Ferals. The damage buff was too much. I have games where I was playing the PTR with my Holy Priest, and I was keeping up with DPS damage by simply just pressing Shadow Word Pain, and Holy Fire on cooldown with schisms, and just kind of doing normal damage, keeping up, doing an extra effort to keep up the Shadow Word Pains. Damage really high, way too high, very unnecessary. And it's annoying because that's what Discipline's supposed to do. This is what ruined Discipline, because they gave Holy Hill Chastise, which was made it unique, right? But then they also gave Holy Damage. So what the heck is the point of Disc now? Because Disc was supposed to be the healer to damage, but now Holy does more damage than Disc. So fix the Disc, man. I wish they would go away from Chastise. Chastise is literally what makes Holy Priest at this point. It makes it insane. Against Rogue Mage, you're a Druid in Stealth. The second you pop out Chastise, all right, you get feared, polyed, rinse and repeat. And it's just so good. And then Mind Games goes. They did nerf Mind Games a little bit, which was good. But still hits very hard. I was playing Boon the Ascendant on my Holy Priest, and I was absolutely shunking people because of the 50% buff that they got. It applies to Boon, as well. So I think you could have some fun playing Kyrian Holy Priest as well. So definitely gonna put that as an S tier. I had a lot of fun as well. Not gonna lie, actually in 3s I had more fun than I thought I was gonna have. I actually had more fun. I'm just gonna put it out there. I know I'm an R Druid main, but I did not enjoy R Druid in 3s. I enjoyed Priests way more, both specs of Priests. Next up we have Mistweaver. I think I can rightfully put it as a C tier just because the healing output's really strong on Mistweaver. Their utility and everything else is definitely below everybody else. They have very lacking of. They do have CC goes, but it's the super scripted same thing. Roll in, paralysis, maybe Song of Chi-Ji, leg sweep, run away, and it's just that boop over, and then 8k heal on the pillar. Fun. If this was a fun tier, fucking garbage. Sorry, maybe I'm biased. I really don't think Mistweaver is fun at all, just because it has no damage. If they buff the damage, though, it has a very, very interesting and well-designed toolkit for doing damage with Black Hole Kick, Tiger Palm, Rising Sun Kick. It has talents that work around your healing. I really, really, really wish that they would actually buff their damage. I think it would make the class a lot of fun to play. But because of their lack of offensive capabilities, their very scripted goes, their inability to do things while healing, they kind of sit AFK on the pillar. I think I'm gonna put it as a B tier. I don't think it's worthy of a C. I think it's better than that. The healing output is still very high. With all the mana nerfs, Mistweaver definitely stands out, actually. Mistweaver and Shaman specifically, they definitely stand out when it comes to mana now. So that's also another thing. If games start going to be dampening, we'll see how the meta develops in that case. R Druid, I'm gonna put as an S tier. Okay, so R Druid, played properly in 3s, aka not how I play. I think you could really crank out a lot of healing output. I don't know which one I'd put it at. If you're talking about 3s, I think you might put each priest in front just because Rogue Mage. But 2s, maybe I could put Druid up there. Druid is really good. People, I get asked every single day in my chat, what about the nerfs? What about the nerfs? First of all, they reverted a change. So they buffed their damage and then nerfed it in PvP. So it's just nothing. They do still have a Life Bloom buff. They have a Germination buff. They have they had the Frenzy regen nerf, but I don't play Guard Affinity anyway, so that was negligible. I mean, you get a little bit on your Frenzy proc, but the mana regen one you do feel. I mean, as of right now, on the PTR, I really didn't feel it as much. I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely felt it on live right now. So I think hopefully things will change. But R Druid's damage is very high. The tier set's good if you run the tier set and Verdant and Necro, I think that's going to be the best outcome when it comes to healing, and that's going to be your pick. I think you're still going to have some crazy good output on healing, like the procs, the tree procs. It just straight up increases your rejuvenation damage by 30%, your overall healing by 15%. You get instant regrowths, instant roots. Definitely, if you can really put some skill to it, like timing your Swiftmends. The thing is, are you going to be able to time your Swiftmends? Is damage going to be too high that you just going to have to press Swiftmend on cooldown? I don't know. We'll see. And but I think it's still going to be put as an S tier. Shaman, I'm going to put it above Holy Paladin, if I can do that. There we go. Bam. Okay, so Resto Shaman, I did play on the PTR a bit as well. The tier set feels clunky as heck. Let me tell you. I think it's bugged. I don't know if it's bugged. I hope it's bugged because it feels awful. So their tier set works like as you put a healing totem down, whether it's healing stream or healing tide, you supposed to instantly do a chain heal, and like, you know, that's cool. That's great, right? It's a lot of healing. You get a chain heal. You can run the healing chain heal talent as well, the PP talent even. And if this all centered as well, it could be phenomenal, right? But it's like weird on the PTR where like you put down healing stream, you see the animation of chain heal off the totem, but then you're sitting there casting chain heal, and like the chain heal when it finishes, sometimes it casts the heal, sometimes it doesn't. It's really bad, and I hope it didn't go to live because I mean I tested it the day before the patch came out and it was still like that. So hopefully they fix it. I tried to play Resto Shaman offensively. I'm not gonna lie, it gives you a lot of damage. Fate Transfusion with Resonator can really crap on people, man. Lava Burst hits pretty damn hard if you're on Equilibrium. That's what I was doing. But if you're playing this like the traditional way, I think it's going to be great in the sense of it has very good mana. You can play Super Dampen. The healing is still where it's pretty much kind of in the same spot as it was. But I think the mana is going to give it an edge after playing retail a lot. You really can crank out the heals on top of having that. And, you know, Earth Ellie is still going to be a thing. You're going to be able to run Earth Ellie Lego on top of the Necrolord Lego, which gives you more haste. So I mean, that's not the game breaker change, but it's going to help them even more, right? Every class is like Loki getting a little bit of a buff. So for that reason, I'm going to put it an A. When it comes to fun tier, personally, I don't like Resto Shaman. I think I'd put it like a C. Lava Burst is fun, but the healing design I think is really bad. Like your whole gameplay is revolved around totems and Riptide. Like your emergency heal, oh, Riptide. Oh, I need a sustain hot. I need a sustain heal, Riptide. I need a burst heal, Riptide. Like it feels terrible. And then like when you're forced to cast, you know, you just become a super weakness. So like I think the difference between like Resto Druid is Resto Druid you're casting all the time, whether it be like clones or, you know, regrowths or roots or something. So like you're getting exposure to be getting kicked all the time, but Resto Shaman never casts, right? So like never casts until you really need to cast. So it's like that's something I really didn't like is when I did feel like I have to cast like an emergency situation, I have every kick. They have every kick on cooldown, and I'm like sitting there like, oh, all right, I have to juke 3 kicks, I have to juke the grip, and then the stun, and then the incap, and then like, I didn't like that. I really hated that feeling. Like at least Druid, you can kite around a corner and then get it off, or you know, it felt a little bit better in that sense. But it definitely hurt my opinion on it. Not gonna lie, I did not have as much fun playing Resto Shaman on the PTR. Okay, so in conclusion, this is what we got. I think this is my tier list for what I enjoyed playing. So really quick here, fun tier. If this is 3v3 fun tier, I'm gonna switch this up for you guys. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, if I would have put this as 3v3 fun tier, this is what I would put. I think the priests are the most fun for sure. Druid second, you know, Shaman, Paladin third, and then Mistweaver last. If we're going with twos, fun tier. Druid up here. I think Druid's just definitely above those guys. Shaman, dude, you're lame. Shaman's lame in twos. I'd put it below. I put it up here. I'm still not putting it in Mistweaver. This is where I would put for twos fun. Our Druid is cranking in twos. The damage from Necro and Convoke is literally destroying people. I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun if you do play Feral Affinity watching my channel. I think I'm gonna put out. You guys are gonna see some awesome content. Let me tell you. All right. So this would be my 2v2 fun tier. Okay. So that's all I got for you today. If you guys have any questions, you have disagreements, please feel free to let me know in the comments. And hope you see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.